WMAR2 News at 6 begins now with breaking news.
All right, good evening and thank you for watching WMAR2 News at 6 and streaming us on your favorite device. I'm Jamie Costello.
And I'm Erin McPherson. We're following breaking news out of Baltimore County.
Let's go right now to WMAR2 News. Dave Detling live for us in Woodlawn, where one person has been shot. Dave, fill in the blanks.
Confirmation from Baltimore County Police telling us that a 24-year-old woman was shot and killed. This is now a homicide investigation. We're talking about a very large police presence here. This is across from the Security Square Mall. Right now you're looking at the Burger King. This is where the investigation is centering around. We want to roll some video shot from earlier today when we first arrived on scene. Again, a very expansive scene here. Two vehicles also part of that investigation. As for that 24-year-old, we're told by those close to this investigation that this may have been a result of a domestic incident. No word right now from police on what exactly was the reason behind this. We did ask if a suspect is on the loose. We are told by a spokesperson with Baltimore County Police that this is an active investigation. They will give us more information, but because of such a large scene, this is causing some traffic backup in the area, especially a high school student who was being dropped off in the area near the Burger King.
Since it was such a high police presence, I assumed something bad happened, but we just don't know what happened.
What were your thoughts when you saw all this police?
I assumed that somebody got hurt or injured, so I hope they're okay.
And a lot of people wanting to know what exactly happened. But again, a 24-year-old woman confirmed dead because of this shooting. We'll have more information as it becomes available. Reporting live tonight, Dave Detling, WMAR 2 News.
All right, Dave, thank you. We only got to know them this week in the worst possible way. Their names, Amina and Gianna. A small memorial has been set up at Windsor Wonderland Park right near their home in Red Lion, Pennsylvania. The Southern Pennsylvania Incident Network started it in their memory. They are asking anyone interested to come and add to the memorial. Normally, on a day after a tragedy like this one that played out this week, we'd stand here running down a timeline of events. But tonight we don't want to do that. We don't want to focus on that. Tonight we want to think about Gianna and Amina and the joy that they brought those who knew them. We want to think about what made them smile. In fact, I'm going to get out of the way here. I want you to take a look at these two. Man, they were loving, they were kind, they were funny, and they were super smart. And you have to be super smart to be what they wanted to be. Amina, 6 years old. Her name means trustworthy and dependable. She wanted to be trusted with our pets when she grew up. Gianna, 7 years old. Her name means God is gracious. All she wanted to do was be a scientist. And tonight we pray God is gracious in helping their family through their pain. So one day they can see the girl's smiles and smile themselves at their memory.
And tonight, Baltimore City Police are working to get to the bottom of who murdered a 13-year-old girl, Malia Turner, last night, taking her away from a family that loved her dearly. WMAR2 News' Kendall Green joins us live now. Now, Kendall, you spoke to Malia's grandfather. How is he and the rest of the family holding up tonight?
Well, Aaron, we just learned that Metro Crime Stoppers has doubled the award from $4,000 to $8,000 in search of Malia's killer. Now, as to the family, they're holding up the best they can, but they want to know why. They want to know how this happened to a 13-year-old girl who had her entire life ahead of her. Now, Malia Turner was murdered last night just outside of the Lillian Jones Rec Center here in West Baltimore. This happened while the community and city leaders were at Southern Baptist Church mourning the loss of Evelyn Player, a 69-year-old woman stabbed to death inside of that church in East Baltimore. Now, Malia's grandfather tells us he's gotten several versions of the story regarding Malia's death. But while he tries to work through the facts, he's holding on to fond memories of the teen to stay strong. But more than anything, he wants to know why this happened. Neighbors tell us they heard teens rushing away from the scene in scooters shortly after the shooting. Malia's family tells WMAR2 News they believe she was targeted. But whatever led to the shooting, that puzzles us all still. This was a 13-year-old girl, a child, gunned down at a rec center. And that's what's fresh on her grandfather's mind tonight.
She's a baby. That's what she is, a baby. And she hasn't been here long enough to even know the beauty of living. It's just like you go in something and put a quarter in something and it's over with. And you feel like you've been cheated. And she's been cheated out of her life. And it's not fair.
Now again, Metro Crime Stoppers is offering an $8,000 reward to any tip that leads to the arrest of her killer. Reporting in West Baltimore, Kendall Green, WMAR2 News.
All right, Kendall, thank you. Police make an arrest in the shooting that happened during Morgan State's homecoming celebration. 18-year-old Marcellus Wallace is now charged with attempted murder, assault, and several other charges. He's from D.C. The university confirming today he is a student, a first-semester freshman. The shooting happened on October the 23rd, right after the homecoming football game ended, right near Montebello Complex, right off of Argonne Drive. The victim, also a student, is expected to make it. Going to be okay.
It was a cold day across our area, and none of us were spared from Mother Nature as far as the winds and these chilly wind chills. Temps today cracked the upper 40s across most of our locations. The only spot that even made it to 50 was down in Easton, and we knew this was going to be a struggle as those breezy northwesterly winds has really kept things cold out there. And even right now, we have some locations already dipping into the 30s, 39 in Ellicott City and Severn. Same for Jarrettsville, 27 degrees right now for folks out there in Deep Creek, holding on to the lower 40s down in Annapolis and Easton. Temperatures 20, 25, nearly 30 degrees cooler than we were yesterday evening at this hour. So it is really feeling like winter out there, despite the fact that we're not quite there yet. Still a little bit of time before winter officially kicks off. We are looking at quiet skies here, no rain, some high clouds out there. Lots of folks heading out to Waltz tonight to sing their heart out. Make sure that you bundle up. We don't want you to get laryngitis here. Temperatures falling into the upper 30s by the 9 o'clock hour under clear skies. Overnight lows getting into the 20s, so we're going to be below freezing across most of our locations. And as we head into the day tomorrow, we're going to see similar numbers to today, less wind, so not as chilly. But there's some better numbers in the 7-day, also some rain chances. I'll talk about it in just a few minutes.
All right, Patrick, thank you. Well, here we are less than 2 weeks after our Howard County school bus drivers returned to their routes with a promise in cash bonuses. Well, they're planning to stop work again next week, claiming that the school board changed the terms of the agreement.
WMAR2 News' Jeff Hager has more on that story tonight.
The Board of Education has come through with the bonuses for bus drivers as promised, but now it's planning to stretch them out well into next year. Howard County school bus drivers who abandoned their early morning routes one day last week say they returned to work that same afternoon with a promise.
If we got in the seats and drove that afternoon, that we should get the $2,500 bonus within 10 days, and then the other $2,500 would come by December 31st.
But the deal approved by the school board last night stretches out the second half of that bonus over 8 months through June of next year.
Now we're being hijacked and blackmailed from now to the end of the school year.
Drivers who have gone without a cost of living increase for more than a decade, who were fed up last week, are even more angered now.
We are planning to call out Monday and stay out until we get a written document stating that we are going to get what we wanted. And that's, I'm sorry, but that's the way it's going to be.
School bus contractors like Mike Bowen learned of the delayed installment plan for the bonuses earlier this week.
It was presented to our attorney and the contractors on Monday, and we rejected it.
But it never came up again until it was hastily added to the board's agenda just hours before Thursday night's meeting. In a written response to threats of another work stoppage, County Executive Calvin Ball in part today said he supports continued conversation with the board to ensure, quote, appropriate compensation timing while keeping the drivers on the road. Meanwhile, drivers also take exception to an out contained inside the agreement that doesn't guarantee they'll ever see all of their money.
This document also states that this policy could be canceled because of convenience at any time.
Bus drivers were originally told that they would get their first lump sum payment today, but that too has been delayed until contractors sign the controversial proposed agreement. Reporting in Howard County, Jeff Hager, WMAR2 News.
Well, Maryland expands eligibility for COVID-19 booster shots. Governor Hogan announcing today all adults are now eligible. The Department of Health issued a bulletin directing all providers to administer, upon request, a booster dose of any FDA-approved or authorized COVID-19 vaccine to anyone 18 years old or older. The only requirement is that you've completed a primary series of the Pfizer or Moderna COVID-19 vaccine at least 6 months ago. Anyone who got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine at least 2 months ago is eligible for a booster. To date, more than 800,000 booster shots have been given out here in our state. Nearly half of eligible seniors have received one.
All right, it's Purple Friday. Feels like the Ravens haven't played in, what, a year? Ever since that Miami game. Okay, we're heading to Chicago this weekend to take on the Bears. The Ravens releasing their injury report not too long ago. Brandon Williams, Pernell McPhee, Miles Boykin, they're out. They're not playing Sunday. Nearly a dozen players are questionable, including Devernay and Tavon Young, Latavius Murray, Marquise Brown, Jimmy Smith. Game status for Calais Campbell, Lamar, and Rashad Bateman and Bradley Bozeman, they're not listed yet. So that's your injury report.
It's the 10th year of the Ed Reed Thanksgiving Blessings event. How the Ed Reed Foundation is helping hundreds of families celebrate Thanksgiving this year, and how you can prepare your home or business for the effects of climate change.
Hundreds of students at the Seed School of Maryland will enjoy a good Thanksgiving meal with their families next week, thanks to the Ed Reed Foundation. Today, volunteers packed more than 400 Thanksgiving meals for the school students, their families, and members of the community. And each meal includes a turkey and all the sides needed for a holiday meal. And the meals are being delivered to the families across the state. And this was the 10th year now for the Ed Reed Thanksgiving Blessings event at the Seed School of Maryland.
This year alone, Americans could be looking at nearly $1 trillion in property damage related to the impacts of climate change.
Wow, Chris Conti shows us some simple ideas to better prepare your home or business for the future.
As the Sustainability Program Director for Cape Air, Jim Wolf is intensely involved in the fight to combat climate change.
It's a must.
On this day, Jim was on top of the roof of an airport hangar, overseeing crews who were inspecting the company's nearly 10-year-old array of solar panels.
We've barely touched what should be put armed, I'll say, with solar.
Jim lives on Cape Cod, essentially a peninsula in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, which has a front row seat to climate change, from rising sea levels to more intense storms.
The erosion of Cape Cod is visible in every one of those storms, and I think that Cape Cod is a canary in the coal mine.
As a result, Jim has found himself among a growing number of Americans slowly readying their homes for the impacts of climate change.
You lead with the heart and you follow with the head on this.
He started with the installation of those solar panels last month. At the height of the summer, they'll likely be producing enough electricity to power Jim's entire home and potentially make his meter spin backward, sending power into the grid. Eventually, Jim's hope is to get a battery storage area for all the electricity he generates, so that when a storm knocks out power, he's not in the dark.
There is no doubt about it that we are doing it because we can actually impact how well things go.
1/3 of all U.S. counties experienced a weather disaster this year. It's estimated the insurance costs from extreme weather events in 2021 will top $99 billion. 65% of cities and towns nationwide don't have modern building codes in line with FEMA standards.
Start right there. Let's get ourselves a modern building code.
That's Ann Cope. She's with the Insurance Institute for Business and Home Safety. One of the easiest things she recommends to people who are looking to better prepare their homes for the impacts of climate change, start with getting a fortified roof.
That's going to keep the water out in the event that you lose a couple of asphalt shingles or you get a little bit of a damage. Keeping the water out is an amazingly incredible reduction in the damage.
In this video taken by IBHS, you can see how much more resilient fortified roofs and structures are in incredibly high winds. Fortified roofs generally cost around $5 grand, but will save you money on home insurance. They are generally attached to your house with extra connection points, making them stronger during a storm.
Mother Nature is just knocking on our doors, and we need to be ready and have our communities and our homes, the places that we live and play, they just need to be resilient to what Mother Nature is doing.
Back at Jim Wolf's house, he's taken some smaller steps to prepare for more intense storms, trimming the trees around his property to protect his house from flying debris.
We have the opportunity to react faster because we're more alerted. We see it happen in every storm.
With so much at stake, Jim and other Americans are just trying to be as prepared as possible. I'm Chris Conti.
And now from WMAR2 News, Maryland's most accurate forecast.
And we are looking at some chilly conditions this evening, but the winds will be decreasing as we head through the next few hours. And it's going to end up being one of the coldest nights we've seen so far this season. So if you have any plans to step out, make sure that you bundle up. And as we head into tomorrow, we're not going to see a big change in the story. The one thing that you will notice will be absent will be those elevated winds, but we're still going to see temperatures below average for your Saturday. We get close to seasonal for Sunday. Unfortunately, we're already tracking another cold front, and that's going to start to bring more clouds our way. And as we head into the overnight hours, that's also going to bring the chance of some showers, which is going to linger into Monday. But for now, high pressure ruling the day here, and that is keeping things quiet in our skies. Winds have been relaxing through the day. Now they're at about 10 miles per hour or less across most of the state, but the cold air is here, and it is feeling massively different than yesterday evening. 20 to nearly 30 degrees cooler, depending on where you are in the state. So if you were out yesterday evening, you felt pretty good, probably had on that thin, puffy coat. Today you need the thicker one, maybe even the pea coat, as temperatures have already fallen into the upper 30s near the northern half of the state, low 40s in Annapolis and Easton. And I'm expecting us all to get into the 30s as we head through around the 9 o'clock hour. So if you're stepping out for happy hour, this may be a good night for mulled wine, something that's going to be a bit warmed versus something with ice in it. And then these overnight lows dipping into the 20s for most of us. So we're below freezing. It is going to be a cold start to your Saturday, and we expect those temperatures to get to 51 tomorrow, get back into seasonal territory as we get closer to Sunday, and then we're falling back down. Tuesday is going to be that day that I'm going to spend as little time outdoors as possible, as it is going to be bone-chillingly cold with some frigid wind chills. But heading into the weekend, we're looking at high pressure shifting off towards the east. Winds are going to be out of the south, but very, very light southeast, and that is going to help temperatures get back into the low 50s. We'll start off with some chilly numbers, though, for your breakfast forecast. Upper 30s by 9 o'clock, and if you're heading out to watch Morgan State take on Georgetown, this is going on at 12 o'clock. Upper 40s, getting into the low 50s for a few hours, but the big story here is just going to be that you'll need that jacket throughout the entirety of the day, especially for folks heading out to the Oyster Fest that's going on in Havre de Grace for the evening hours. 42 degrees by 8 o'clock, partly cloudy skies. With building clouds as we head into your Sunday, notice how rain is moving into western Maryland around lunchtime. I'm keeping us dry through the afternoon, though, but as we head into the evening, that front will start to shift south and eastward, and that's going to bring our rain chances through the overnight hours, and that is going to lead us into the start of a damp work week. But temperatures getting into the mid to upper 50s for your Sunday afternoon, and then unfortunately that cold front brings that cooler air Monday night into Tuesday. 45 degrees with winds gusting 30-35 miles per hour. Going to make that feel like the mid 30s at best. Below normal for Wednesday, but Thanksgiving's looking dry with highs in the upper 50s.
Not loving those cold temps, Patrick Pete. Have to bundle up for sure on Thursday. Well, there's a new exhibit at the Maryland Science Center. There was a ribbon cutting today for the brand new 10,000 square foot human body exhibit. It's called You, the Inside Story, presented by Johns Hopkins Medicine. It includes interactive activities that put visitors through tests and challenges that reveal their body's capabilities, limitations, and possibilities. There are also hands-on experiences. The exhibit incorporates input from the museum's Scientific Council and Maryland STEM teachers. Baltimore City Public School students from Federal Hill Prep were the first visitors to experience the exhibit. You, the Inside Story, is the third new permanent exhibit opened at the Maryland Science Center in the last 3 years.
It looks like that Operation game. Remember Operation where you had to take
yeah.
the tweezers and get them out? All right, hey, we're 1 week less than away from the Brooks Financial Group Turkey Bowl after a COVID cancellation last year. Calvert Hall and Loyola are ready to take on one another again. This will be the 101st meeting between these two long rivals. Kickoff is 10 o'clock Thanksgiving morning from Johnny U Stadium. You can watch it here on WMAR or live on our YouTube or Facebook page.
You know, we're scurrying back up, you know, like we fell down in the sand and we're trying to like make our way out.
Some industries are having a harder time recovering in this pandemic than others. The struggle is especially difficult for those in the arts. Coming up on WMAR2 News at 7, we learned there could be a solution to keep people afloat.
All right, you can get a free chicken sandwich tomorrow just by donating a new toy. The Baltimore area Chick-fil-A restaurants are going to have 14 trucks set up throughout Central Maryland tomorrow collecting your donations for Toys for Tots. And if you donate, you're going to receive a card to get a free chicken sandwich. The first 50 will also get a special t-shirt. You can also donate through an Amazon wish list and get a free chicken sandwich. We have the link plus a list of all the locations in the Good to Know section of WMAR2news.com.
Doing something good and getting a chicken sandwich.
And you know, it was good. It was good to see you after a year and a half.
Thank you, Mr. Costello. Yeah,
Great job, Aaron.
I know that's the first time we're in the studio together.
For a long time. All right, we'll see you soon.
Yeah, absolutely. I won't be back here at 7, but you will.
Yeah. All right, and we'll also see you at, well, right after David Muir with World News and then again tonight at 11 o'clock. Great job, Aaron. Way to go.